Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So today we're gonna talk about bullet journaling. So bullet journaling is something that I've always wanted to try. I actually gave it a try maybe 6 months ago, but it did not last more than 5 days. So for that whole vlogging challenge season 1, I've decided to challenge myself doing it for at least 30 days. This is a pursuit of my ideal self. So I've been bullet journaling for 2 weeks now, and I'm realizing some very interesting things. So I would like to share that with you guys. Part of the inspiration was Nathaniel Drew's video about it. So basically he's tracking his habits, tracking his sleep time and everything. He's tracking a lot of things through bullet journaling and saying a little bit how it feels. So if you guys want to check that video, you should definitely check that out. By the way, Nathaniel Drew is like the reason why I've started making YouTube videos. He's an amazing YouTuber, very honest. He's talking about mental clarity and how to get more perspective and clarity in our lives. He's like doing amazing videos. I would highly recommend you checking his channel if you have never heard about him. At the same time, I also heard a lot about the fact that as human beings, we go through a lot of things, but there is only so much that we can remember by just living. And by the way, there is only a little bit that we can remember. And the thing is, like, it's not in our nature to be able to remember all of the important things that we learn in a day. So the idea of journaling is amazing in the way that you can write down everything that you've learned, everything that you understood about yourself, and then after that you can get a little bit more perspective and go back to all of these notes and improve and understand a lot about yourself. And so far, the journey has been absolutely amazing after 2 weeks. I'm so impatient to show you guys how I bullet journal, and this is what we're gonna do right now. So this is what it looks like. So basically, let me explain you how it works. Here, it's my entire week. So basically, I'm rating how I feel. These are the things that are the main priorities to me. So actually the goal of that whole journaling is to really to understand myself, to understand how I can feel better. And each week I update these 3 things. So I find 3 things that have the more influence in my life. So that first week, the first week of June, based on how I felt, discipline, motivation, and sleep were the top priorities in my week. So let's say that if I do perfectly 3 of these things, my day on paper should be perfect. Of course, it doesn't happen in real life, but these things have a lot of influence in the way I feel. I think it's super important to keep these things very clear and to update them depending on the week. For example, this week, I thought that time for myself was more important, and I realized that because here I realized that it was missing something. Time for myself was super important, so I updated it for the week after. So when I wake up in the morning, I say, okay, the night was 3 out of 10. You can see that here I described that I had insomnia, so my night was pretty So this is the reason why I had such a bad grade. And then you can see that it had an influence on my motivation, and it had an influence on my discipline. So basically what I did is I recorded a video, I went to sleep at 10 p.m. and I ate well, but I did not do jogging, I did not bullet journal. Big lack of motivation due to the lack of sleep. As you can see, I found the average. So for example, 3 out of 10, 3 out of 10, and 4 out of 10. I calculate the average, which is 3.33. That creates the rate of my day. Then after here, I'm going to describe each one of these points. So discipline, motivation, sleep. And then after that, I'm going to say how I feel about the grade that I got. 3.33, not that accurate. It wasn't that dramatic. I'm getting used to deal with sleep deprivation. My day doesn't have to be because I did not sleep well. And then after that, I find an improvement something that I could learn from that day. Sometimes our convictions influence our actual days. I have to stop convincing myself that my days are terrible when I don't sleep. One thing that I realized that the grade that I got was not really how I felt. Actually, not sleeping is not that worst. I mean, that day wasn't that worst, so I learned from myself, you know? I learned that if I don't sleep well, it doesn't mean that I have a bad day. Things that I'm grateful for. This is so important to write things that you're grateful for every day, to think about it. So I decided to do that and to add it to my bullet journaling because a lot of my friends and family members told me that it's super important to every day think about the things you're grateful for. And also I tried positive affirmations a couple of months ago, and that was pretty great. I have no idea why I stopped, but it was an amazing experience. It made me feel amazing. So it's important to find things that I'm happy about. So this is pretty much how I bullet journal. I think it's an amazing way to get to know about yourself, and I really love the improvement part. I realized so many things about myself, so many habits that I have, mental habits, always thinking that I'm that type of person or that type of person. And by writing how you feel, you get an update on who you are and you get more perspective. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. So make sure to hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed to the channel, and also feel free to comment the video. Have you ever tried bullet journaling? How did you feel? Are you still doing it? Is there any other things that you think should be important to talk about? Feel free to comment the video, and I will see you very soon. I wish you an amazing day, weekend. I'm gonna post that video on Sunday, so have a great Sunday, and we'll see you very soon. Bye bye.